Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me video. This week we are memory planning the week that was the 18th to the 24th of December 2023, and we are using this gorgeous glossy kit from Glam Planner. I'm pretty sure it was a mini kit and I bought it during a glitch sale. So I think I've shopped from Glam Planner twice. Once I bought like a couple of like random kits that I'd eyed off for a couple of times. Oh my god, can't speak. I'd eyed off some kits and I made a purchase. And then this particular time, she had advertised that she was doing a glitch sale, and I decided that I wanted to shop the glitch sale. I don't think I actually paid attention to like the kit format or the listing because I probably wouldn't have bought some of the kits that I bought if I had read them properly, because this kit is a mini kit, and when I opened it and I looked at the box situation, because I'm a no white space planner, I like freaked out and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to make a decent looking spread because I didn't have enough boxes. But thankfully somehow I pulled it off, and I'm just having a look at the kit now. I'm just trying to see like how much I actually bought, because I did go through some old like SPC kits and pulled in some boxes that I thought would work okay with this kit. But from what I can see, I've either done a really good job of blending the boxes that I chose, as in like boxes that I bought in from my stash, or I didn't need to pull from my stash. So I don't know which it was, but I think that the spread ends up looking quite cohesive. But I do know that it was a little bit of a struggle to plan with this kit, because for anyone who's been around for a while, you know that I tend to gravitate towards the same shops. And so because of that, I'm very familiar with their kits and how to plan with their kits. And it just makes life a little easier when you do that. But this is really fun to do something different. I was also a little unsure of how the clip art would look down on the page, because whilst I loved the colors and thought that they were really cute and that the clip art was really cute, it was kind of like 2D, like flat in a cartoony way, but in like a really good way, if that makes sense. And it also gave me the opportunity to bring in some Simply Gilded washi tape that I have had sitting in my collection for the longest time, because when are you going to use candy cane striped washi tape? Funny that I should say that though, because I'm pretty sure the candy cane washi tape is actually part of a 4th of July set, which I purchased because I'm born on the 4th of July, but obviously we don't celebrate 4th of July in Australia, but 4th of July, I needed to have it. So, but because the mini kit only comes with like the one little strip of washi, I was like, well, what else am I going to bring in? And I didn't want to bring in like just red by itself, because I thought that would be too overwhelming. I didn't have the right shade of green. I didn't have the right shade of pink. So I think that this works really well, and I thought it was quite fun to do something a little bit different. Definitely different compared to what I would normally do, that's for sure. But you will see shortly, the box that I lay in the top left hand corner is the sole reason that I purchased this kit, because I have a little French bulldog who's actually sitting next to me at the moment, serving as my coffee table. My planner is open on top of him so that I can like reflect on the plans as I'm doing this voiceover, and he's just chill. He's just laying there, like, it is what it is. But I've said it before and I'll say it again, anytime someone brings out art that has a French bulldog in it, I'm buying it, you best believe it. But my little guy is actually, he's what they call fawn pied. So he's majority white, but he has like fawn or brown on his face. He has a little mark above his butt, and then he's got like the dark black ears, and he did have a dark black mask around his face when he was a puppy, but obviously because he's getting older now, he is graying a little bit. But the little Frenchie in this kit is blue. Well, he's grey, but they call it blue. Anyway, digressed per usual, talking about dogs and everything but the spread. But yeah, the other thing that I should mention with this kit, and again, I've only just realized this, is that because it was a mini kit, I was very limited in the glitter headers. So because I didn't have glitter headers, normally I would do glitter headers like top, middle, bottom, and I didn't have enough to do that. So they're just at the top, and then that did make spacing things out even more difficult, because I had to play around with where my bougie boxes went, and I had to move stickers around to make it work. So that was a little bit challenging, but again, I think it turns out really, really well. But definitely let me know your thoughts at the end. So with that said, I guess let's go ahead and jump into things. So sidebar is very, very basic. So I've got a two of the full boxes there, and funnily enough, I didn't use the quote box at the top, which is what I would normally do, because obviously French Bulldog, as per my little spiel, takes precedence. And then I did put another little box at the bottom, and then I've put 3 like boxes in the sidebar, and I don't remember what I put them there for. Like, there's nothing marked in them now, even though I'm reflecting on this like 12 months later, essentially. And then I've just kind of split that up and spaced that out with some more of the washi tape, just to bring in more of that candy cane pattern. And then I guess with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the day by day. So the first thing that I have marked at the top of Monday. Oh, also, even though I didn't color block the entire spread because I thought it would look weird, because I didn't have enough boxes, I did color block the headers to the glitter header. So there's that. Yeah, so first things first, Monday, the first thing that I marked at the top of the day there was Coffee Monday, and I did use like a little Christmas wintry themed cup to mark that with a little candy cane in the top, which I thought was cute. I then marked that I had work from 8:30 to 4 o'clock. I don't know when, but apparently I had a blood test that day as well. So I don't know whether this just isn't in chronological order or what, but apparently I had a blood test. So we love that for me. I mean, what else is new? I have blood tests all the goddamn time at this point in time. Like, it just, you guys will see moving into 2024, the amount of blood tests that I have and needles and injections. I'm a needle phobe. They terrify me to death. And I've had so many, and it's a whole thing. But anyway, blood test. I then marked that after my blood test, I got McDonald's. So maybe it is chronological. Either that. No, I think it's not chronological. I think I've had a blood test before work, but my scheduled shift was 8:30 till 4. So I've had that, but then I've had my blood test before work, gotten McDonald's breakfast, and then I've dropped my husband off to the station, which makes sense. Then I've marked that I played The Sims that evening, that I had a headache, and then because of my headache, I've gone to bed early. On Tuesday, I've marked work at the top of the day there, so again, my schedule is the same throughout the week. I've then marked that I did some laundry on Tuesday, that I played The Sims. I've then put a little box with cookies, which I can only assume was to mark an afternoon coffee, but I haven't ended up marking that. I then marked that I had a YouTube binge, and then I popped in a little popcorn sticker there because I'm assuming that I watched some Christmas movies, and I think I mentioned it in my last video, but I ended up getting some custom scripts made from Anna at Plannerface to mark all of the Christmas movies that I watched through the holiday season last year, but it took a while for them to come in, so because I ordered them late. So I didn't have them at this point in time, but I knew that they were coming, so I left all the boxes blank so that I could put the scripts in them when I got them. So don't have the piece of paper in front of me to tell me what it was that I watched that day, but I watched a Christmas movie. I've then marked that I chilled out with my doggos and that I had some time relaxing that evening. On to Wednesday, I've marked work at the top of the day and that it was my last day of work for 2023. That's freaking exciting. I cannot tell you how excited I am for that time to come for this year. The sad thing is, because of how Christmas falls this year and because I do want to preserve a little bit of leave, the last day of work for me for 2024 is going to be a Friday. So I have a full 5-day working week, which sucks. But then I just have to remember that I'm getting a 3-week, like full week off period. That makes no sense. That is not English. I get a full period of 3 weeks, so 3 full weeks off December, January before coming back to work in 2025. So have to look forward to that. That's just what I have to remember. Anyway, last day of work, it was payday. I marked playing The Sims, so obviously I was in my Sims era at this point. I've then marked that I watched 2 different Christmas movies. Don't know what they are, again, per my little spiel a moment ago. And then I did mark that my NRMA car insurance bill was due because apparently I didn't have anything else to fill that last little slot in with. On Thursday, because I was off work, I did have a waxing appointment that morning. And then I've marked that I got a cup of coffee before I then went to my nail appointment. That would have been to get the Christmas nails that I'm probably wearing in the video at the moment. I then marked that I had a headache and that I went home instead of shopping. I had planned to start Christmas shopping. I know, very late. I do it every year. But I'd planned to start Christmas shopping on this day, but because I had such a bad headache, I ended up just going home. I've then got a half box down the bottom there, which again I presume is to mark that I watched a Christmas movie, but I put nothing there, not even an icon, so couldn't tell you. I then marked that my guinea pig lost his bottom tooth. Again, for anyone who's been around for a while, you know that my guinea pig has been in and out of the vets for the last year and a half, and it's still going strong. But because of his original teeth problems back in June of 2023, his teeth are very weak and brittle, so every now and then he'll lose a top tooth or a bottom tooth or whatever. And yeah, so there was that. And then I just marked that I chilled out with the boys. On Friday, the first thing that I marked at the top of the day there was that we had our orientation with IVF Australia at 10 a.m. I don't remember which video it was that I mentioned it in, but I did mention that my husband and I started IVF in 2024, which again, more info will come out throughout my 2024 Plan With Me videos. But this particular day, we had an orientation with the nursing team to kind of tell us what to expect, what medications and dosages I would be taking to help me learn how to inject, all that sort of thing. So that was amazing. And then because my specialist wanted me to check some things with my blood work and my hormones and things like that before we actually got started in a cycle, he actually sprung a surprise blood test on me that day. I don't know what it was to check. It was very random. And I remember being very surprised by it because I wasn't hydrated at all. I was terrified because I wasn't prepared for it. And I think I spent like 45 minutes to an hour with like the pathologist, 3 different nurses, because none of them could get blood from my veins because I have really thin, really deep veins. And it was great. But I've marked that I had the surprise blood test. And then marked that we went grocery shopping after that we had Subway for lunch. And then we went to my in-laws that night. No, before that we went to my in-laws, and then I marked that we had a vet appointment. I think we dropped the guinea pig to my in-laws before we went to the IVF appointment, and then came back to our in-laws before the vet appointment, and then took the guinea pig to the vet appointment, just so that we didn't have to come all the way home, which is a 30-minute drive, and then drive all the way back to take him to the vet. I'm pretty sure. I then marked that again I did have another headache, and then I made a little spot there to watch a movie, but again haven't marked it. Onto Saturday, I've marked that I cleaned and decluttered that morning because, Christmas is coming. You want to make sure the house is spotless for the relatives, and we do Christmas at my house. So it's always a big, deep clean. I marked doing some laundry. I marked that I was exhausted. I marked having a YouTube binge, having some coffee because I needed it after all of the cleaning and all of that fun stuff. I then marked that I chilled with my doggos, and then that night was Carols in the Domain. I watch Carols by Candlelight and Carols in the Domain every single year. So that night was Carols in the Domain. And then finally on to Sunday, last day of the week, and Christmas Eve, which again I find weird. I don't know what day I expect Christmas to be on because obviously with the lunar calendar and all of that, it changes all the time. But I just feel like Christmas should always be on a weekend. So the fact that Christmas Eve was on a Sunday and Christmas was on a Monday, and then this year, 2024, Christmas is on a Wednesday, like it's just so weird to me. But anyway, Sunday was Christmas Eve. So I slept in. I had some coffee. We did some more cleaning. I went and picked up my brother because my brother stays with me on Christmas Eve. He's the eldest of the 3 boys, but he's younger than me. So second eldest. And he comes over every Christmas Eve and he helps me prepare the desserts and he helps me cook on Christmas morning. And then we went to, I think my husband went to Red Rooster to get some chicken because our oven just wouldn't cope cooking the 4 or 5 chickens that we need every Christmas. So we just pre-order them and pick them up every Christmas Eve. Then I marked watching Carols by Candlelight, and then after Carols by Candlelight, it was quite late, but my brother and I began preparing the trifle for the following day. But that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you all very, very soon for another one. Thanks for watching. Bye!